So let me copy link. We're talking today. We are chatting. Trying to just make sure everybody gets the links. Okay, so fully today we're going to talk a lot. What are we talking about today? Today we're talking about before you date again, before you go back into the dating pool to put your heart out there as a Christian divorced lady, as a single mom, as someone whose heart has been hurt, as someone who had longed for love and trusted and prayed that the love was going to last forever, and the love did not last forever. This mini course is for you. This discussion is for you. This talk, this girl to girl talk, lady to lady talk, it's for you. And please stay to the end, because I have a gift for everybody, and it's going to definitely help you. So let's fully get into it and let's dive in. This course again is for Christian divorced ladies, and also for single moms whose hearts, as you know, they have gone through different heartbreaks, who are emotionally and spiritually preparing to date again. We are focusing on the inner healing, rewiring unhealthy patterns, finding out what were the mistakes, how did you arrive with this person that hurt you so much, and how can you move on from there, and of course restructuring your sense of identity. So stay with me as we have all these discussions. It is so important. What we are talking about today is so important, so that you don't make the same mistakes again and get broken and start all over again. Now, why are we doing this? We're doing this because from statistics, the truth is that from statistics, 60 to 67% rate of failure in second marriages. What does the statistics say? It says that 60 to 67% of second marriages have higher rate to failure than the first one. And of course, it's very true, because second time, a lot of things have happened. You don't want to overstay. Getting divorced the first time is quite a big thing, but by the second time, you're feeling like, oh, everybody already have said some things to me. So in order for you not to fall into these statistics of 60 to 67% of marriages that are failing at the second time, instead for you, so that you don't fall into the same mistakes and the same pattern, so that you're not making the same mistake again, this is what we are saying. This is what we are going to, this is what we are talking about. All the conversation we are having today is to ensure that you make the right decision. Now, always say, and I'm going to start by saying again, that divorce is not an end, it is just a bend. Divorce is not an end, it is just a bend. It is a divine redirection, that you can turn your life again, you can make your life right again, you can move. It is not the end of your life. It is not the end of your ability to find true love. It is not the end of your longing and your desire to be loved, to be appreciated, to meet the right man, to meet someone that has put butterflies in your stomach and is sustained. It is not the end. Divorce is not the end of your happy ending in love and marriage. No, divorce is not the end. Divorce is just a bend. Your marriage having issues is just a bend. And of course, God has a good big story for you. In this course today, as we are talking today, we will uncover the mistakes that most women carry into second marriages without even realizing it. What are the mistakes? What are the common mistakes that so many women, tend to take into their second marriages without even realizing it? So we are going to look at 5 mistakes. 5 common mistakes Christian divorcees make that sabotage their second marriage. As you're preparing to meet somebody again, as you're preparing to love again, as you're preparing to put your heart out there again, what are the mistakes that Christian ladies, common mistakes that divorcees make that would sabotage, that would, in short, you're looking at it and you're so sure that the second marriage is going to fail. What is that mistake? Number one is jumping quickly into another relationship or into marrying again just for revalidation, just because you don't want to be lonely, just because you don't want to be you feel like somebody else to help you bear the burden. Now, three main reasons why women get into another relationship faster is: number one, the fear of loneliness. Many women have never truly been alone before and enjoy their loneliness and enjoy their alone time. This time for you to be alone is not a wasted time. It's a time that comes with purpose, a time that you are supposed to use adequately. So most women, they are rushing into remarrying for what? Because you don't want to be lonely. Number two is because we want someone to help us share the bills, the financial burden. I know that it's hot. I know that it's not what you want to hear. I know it's not what you want me to say, but it's true. Some women, they rush into the second marriages because of the fear of just carrying the burden. And ultimately, another reason is because we want to be loved. And it's so valid. Your desire to be loved, to be held, to be nourished, to be said you're beautiful, to be called babe again with your heart and not feel like you're doing something wrong is so valid and is so okay. Now, a lot of women have asked me, how early is too early, Sisi Kusin? Our journeys are different. My timing and your timing is different. What may be early for me may just be the right time for you. What may be the right time for me may be too late for you, or maybe too early for you. So the ultimate thing is to ensure that we have healed properly before we put our hearts out there, to ensure that we have recognized the pattern, the things that made us go through these issues, to ensure that we have recognized it. Then what do? We now put our heart out there. Number two common issues that women have is overcorrecting or overdependency or assuming. Another common mistakes that Christian divorced ladies make before getting into a new relationship is assuming that love will fix what healing will not fix. A lot of us have gone through so much trauma, so much heartbreak, so much trying season, and we are just assuming that if somebody comes, I will be complete again. If somebody comes into my life now, things will work out, things will fix itself for me. No, assuming that love will feel what healing did not fix, it's a lie. Carrying our traumas, our inconsistencies, our low self-esteem, our low self-worth into the new relationship will only be so sure that that other relationship is going to break. Because one thing you're looking for, when you don't have the thing you're looking for, what happens? You are going to run out. So most times, another mistake is assuming that because somebody has just that part that your ex-spouse didn't have, or the father of your children didn't have, is going to ensure that the marriage is going to be fixed. So for example, maybe the person you had was wealthy but was beating you, and you look for somebody that is poor, wretched, but it's not beating you, and you go in there forgetting that you need a 360 well-grounded love life to be able to give yourself the kind of love and flourishing to promote the kingdom of God, to promote your purpose on earth. So you must understand that what's healing, you must fix you before you are now looking for that high value man. Another thing these mistakes have made is that it has led to dating the same kind of man in different body. You're attracting the same kind of man. You're always seeing people that the person has a project. You're always the fixer in their life. They have big dreams. You're always the person that will come and help them achieve that dream. You're always the one that will help them put their life in the right place. No, that's because you are attracting the same kind of man in different bodies. And if you don't take time to understand these patterns and find out what triggers this kind of people to be attracted to you and restructure, reconnect, you will definitely marry the same kind of man again, or be in a relationship with the kind of man again. There may be one or two differences, but they are all the same. So for example, some women are attracted to men that have big dreams, but they have not done anything with their big dreams. You're always attracted to potential, men that has potential, but no physical proof. You're always building their dreams, building their vision, helping it grow. You're attracting those kind of persons because inside you feel that you have to always give to be validated as a woman of substance. So it is always how we see ourselves. You may also be attracted to somebody that is always unavailable. We are also going to look at all those different psychological patterns that makes you attracted to this kind of men in today's talk and today's gist. So relax, we are going to talk about it. So what do we do? Why do women date the same? Why are you always attracted to the same type of man in a different body, the same mindset? You are attracted because, see, this thing is all about energy. This thing is all about mindset. Our minds attract each other. So why is it that you're always attracting this kind of person? Now, the next thing is, one reason that most women, Christian ladies going through divorce, attract the same thing is because of unresolved attachment wounds. Unresolved attachment wounds. When we are attached to a certain pattern, we are more likely to attract that kind of pattern. According to attachment theory, people tend to subconsciously recreate familiar emotional experiences, especially from childhood. All these things is the way you were trained, the way you were catered for, the way you were catered, trained as a child. Those patterns show up in how we behave with each other and how we relate with each other. A woman that is with an anxious attachment style may unconsciously be drawn to emotionally unavailable men. This is done because they are trying to earn the love that she didn't consistently receive during upbringing. Our upbringing, the way we were trained, the way we were brought up most times, is seen in the way we relate with people. So it all starts from our upbringing. And you will say, Sister Kusin, what concerns upbringing with what is going on in my life right now? What concerns upbringing with the love I am seeking for? It's so important. The way we are trained, the way we grew up, our life experiences have channeled us into getting a certain kind of man in our space. That's true. It's very true. So a woman with an avoidant attachment style might attract needy or codependent partners. So what are the different attachment styles? We have the secure attachment style, we have the anxious attachment style, we have the avoidant attachment style, we have the dismissive, or avoidant fearful attachment style. Now, this attachment theory, like I said, is a psychological framework developed by Dr. Mary Ainsworth, which explains that our early experiences, our early relationship, a lady that have been abused all through childhood, have always had men that talk down at her, that have always had men that have not valued her, will likely continue to attract a man that doesn't value her, that doesn't love her enough, that doesn't care for her, that gives her bare minimum and she's happy. A lady that have been exposed to love, high value, secured environment, upbringing of love, and the first set of relationships she has were men that adored her, the men that worshipped her, the men that allowed her to be outspoken without feeling threatened, will more likely feel so secured and attract such kind of men. So we have to understand from our upbringing the kind of men that we are attracted to, why we are attracted to this kind of men, and how do we start attracting the kind of men that you and I deserve, the kind of men that will worship you, the kind of men that will help you even without asking. Real God-fearing gentlemen. Are they available? Yes. Are they good men still available? Yes. Never ever buy into the lies of the enemy that there are no longer good men. There are so many good men there, and once your mind is rewired, you will be able to attract the kind of man that you deserve. So it all starts from there. Like I said, a secured person is always open to intimacy, is open to discussion. But when you meet somebody, or when you are somebody that have experienced manipulative relationship, you will find out that you'll always be in tune with relationships that are manipulative in nature, and you would think that that is love. Most persons, their definition of love is so obstruct because they have been exposed to that kind of love for a long time. So if, as you're listening to me now, and you're willing to open yourself up again to love and relationship once again, you must be ready to rewire yourself to understand what is real love, what is real value. And it comes from, first of all, understanding yourself. Without these things in place, there is 67% that you're going to choose the wrong person, and your marriage or that relationship is going to crash again. So if you don't want that, continue sitting down on this call. Number 2 reason why Christian ladies that have gone through divorce choose the wrong kind of person again is subconscious programming. It's what? Subconscious programming. Our core beliefs is shaped by past experiences and conditioning from an internal radar for attraction. For example, if a woman grew up hearing men will always leave, or love is pain, our subconscious seeks out partners that make those beliefs true. If you always believe that, oh, a woman has to be powerful to be respected, or she has money to be, it's subconsciously, if you always believe that if you are submissive, a man is going to look down at you and he's going to use you, he's going to dump you, he's going to abuse you, subconsciously you always attract those kind of men that you will have to overdo in order for them to even appreciate you. You always look at men that would use you. So you understand? So first of all, it is because of a cycle of emotional familiarity. You have gotten familiar, like as your brain they see irresponsible men, your brain is like, this one sounds like love. They see irresponsibility. He comes and he gives you stories, nags, tells you stories of, hi, I've got a big dream, I'm gonna, babe, don't worry, when I have money, I'm gonna spoil you. Because you've always had men that have never really taken care of you. You'll be comfortable with men that will say, when I have money. It's a lie. Real men, when they love a woman, is seen in their consistent actions. If a man is saying he loves you and is not willing to financially support you in his capacity, I'm not saying doing beyond what he's supposed to do, but in his capacity, please, that is not love. So when you've been close to people, men that don't give you money, men that don't give you big money, men that is not always helping you, you would always think that being a understanding girlfriend is the only way to understand that it's love. After all, he's not cheating on you, he loves you, that's what he can do. It's a lie. Your ability for us to go overboard is one of the signs of real love. Our ability to go beyond is our sign of real love. So you must understand that if you're with someone that is always making excuses financially when it comes to you, but his mother, his other people around, is willing to go overboard for them, when it comes to you, you understand he's doing for his family members, his sisters, his mom, his friends, his workers, normal people. But when it comes to you, you're the one that should understand that is not love. You have just attracted the wrong kind of person consistently in your life. So you must understand, we have to rewire our mind to say there are people that would love you and that will give you, and it's good. Let me tell you, when a man is there for you financially, it feels good. Nobody should tell you you don't understand the value of money until you're the one that worked for it. Is a lie. It's a lie. Number 3 reason why women tend to choose the wrong kind of person, Christian ladies that have been divorced before, is trauma bonds. What is trauma bonds? Bonding is a biochemical and emotional attachment that forms between a victim and an abuser, where periods of abuse are followed by intermediate affection or reward. Now, when you look at trauma bonds, you understand why women that are being beaten, they can't leave. You understand why women that are being beaten, they can't leave, because what happened, he beats you and he buys you gifts. He beats you, he sends you money into your account. He beats you, you have a brand new car. He beats you, there's this hush rush of new sex, recovery sex, after beating, after quarreling. After a while, when you are in that kind of relationship, you won't be able to detach, because this leads to confusion and dependency. You become familiar. That person now, you are their victim, and you're not able to detach. Women who have not processed their trauma may unknowingly attract people who trigger same wounds. Women who have not processed their trauma may unlikely attract people who trigger same wounds. So you see why we have to understand. So this, after this call, I want you to go through memory lane to understand who are the kind of men, what kind of men have you been attracting in your life? What kind of men have you been attracting in your life? Because this is not love. If you're always attracted to the wrong men that are unvaluable, men that is just looking out for your body, men that always want to have sex with you, is because to you, subconsciously, you believe that the kind of thing that you can give to a man is only your body. You have nothing upstairs to give other than your body. If you're always attracted to men that the first thing they want to do is to remove your pants, it's because deep down you don't have the value to offer a man other than that. If you always meet a man that is not willing to go overboard for you, it's because deep down you feel that you're not worth it. Your mouth may be saying something else, but who you are will attract. You always attract the kind of person that you are. When my mindset about myself and my self-image about myself change, the kind of men that were attracted to me, that I've come to see talk to me, have also changed. The way they value me, the way they hold me in esteem, the quality of men that have come has also changed. So first of all, it is not a men's scarcity thing. It's not a good men's scarcity thing. It is you aligning with who you want to be truly, and giving yourself the time, the work to process and change the energy around you to attract such level of men, and being patient enough for yourself to attract such level of men. Right? Good. So how does this show up? It shows up. How do you know that you are trauma bonding with somebody? You felt addicted to a partner who has emotionally neglected you. You're justifying the abuse or disrespect because of the good times. Sister Kusin, there was a time we were friends. Sister Kusin, there was a time that we were close. Sister Kusin, this man did one or two things. You're remembering the good times, and you're using those few good times to disregard the emotional neglect, the abuse, the gaslighting, the torture, the wickedness. You're saying that he's there for me, he met me when I was not this, and you are using those things to justify his irresponsibility and wickedness, that he has refused to give you shame buying. That is trauma bonding. Especially if you're here and you're with a man that you've stayed for a long time after your divorce, and you know this person is not right for you, you are just going through trauma bonding, because that's the first kind of love you experience after so much hatred and bitterness. Feeling longing, you're not crazy, you're just emotionally bonded to the wrong person. The fourth way why Christian women may tend to attract the same kind of person is, of course, like I said, your self-concept and your identity. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are at your core. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are at your core, at your inside, at your belly. You attract who you are. So you want somebody else in your life. You want to have another kind of men that value you. You change. at your core, we will attract who we are. We may be a quiet version of you, but most times it's who we are. Broken women attract broken men. Whole women attract whole men. When you may see her, she's up there, she's in a government position and all, deep down she's still broken. If she keeps attracting the wrong kind of men, mentally she's still broken at that part of her life, because she's still choosing the kind of person. If you don't feel worthy, you may settle for emotionally unavailable or toxic men. If you feel you're not worthy for this kind of love, you will settle for anything that comes. Settling is not because men are few. Settling and accepting consistent abuse or low grade relationship is because deep down you feel that is what you're worthy of. That's all. If your identity is still tied to pain and abandonment, you will find yourself repeating the same emotional story with a new face. If your identity is tied to pain or abandonment, you may find yourself repeating the same emotional story with a new face. That is what leads to you dating the same pattern with a new face. Because you are loving from a place of pain and abandonment. So, what does all this mean? Most times, when you have left your marriage from divorce, you have gone through what we call identity disintegration. What is identity disintegration? Identity disintegration after divorce. This refers to the psychological unveiling of one's core self after a major relational or life trauma, of course, like divorce. This is a loss of your identity, because most times we have been trained, our identity have been tied to being a wife for so long that we don't know who we are when we are not a wife. For me, I married when I was early, and all through a major part of my adult life, I've been called Mrs. Ekanem with a ring in my hands. And every time, for the first almost 2 years after my marriage had issues, whenever I'm with my ring, I was feeling empty. I was feeling like there was a vacuum in my life. And that was because all through my life, I have been a mother, my adult life, a mother and a wife. So now, who is me outside being a mother? And mine was like, I was a mother, I was a wife, and I was a CEO of Missing Naturals. And by the time my marriage was ending, just a year later, I had shut down the company. So it was like my whole identity, the whole thing I held dear to who I was completely shattered, and I have to build a new Kusin that is not just dependent on a wife or on a Ekanem's wife. You understand? So most times, that's what we all go through. You have been called Mrs. Benson for 15 years, for 10 years, for 17 years. And now, who are you? You've been a mommy all your life. You've been this woman's life. Every of your activities is wired around him. His family activities, family gatherings. You're going this, my husband, Mrs. This one in church. Your whole fabric has been tied to Mrs. Jackson. So now there's no more Mrs. Jackson. Sometimes, unfortunately, there's not even Mrs. Mommy. There's no mommy. So who are you? This leads to identity disintegration. You have believed in your whole life. We've been trained all through our life that I am a godly wife forever. I am a godly wife. And then the divorce comes and shatters that godly wife. Who are you after that? So identity disintegration most times is when we don't even know who we are and where we start from. So what do I say? We start with a recovery model. The recovery model, I put it under 3 ways. Number 1, you grieve the old self. We are grieving your old self. You're not rushing to move on. But you're understanding that this is who I was. I was this man's life. You were even running his business. You were running his company. You were everything. Your phone number was out there. You were everything. You were helping him push his dream. You had put your own dream on hold. And all of a sudden, the silence. Nothing else. Who are you? Where do you start from? Getting into a new relationship will not answer that who we are. Because we must get into a relationship from after we have known who we are. Everything for the past 15 years have been being all about him. The money you're making is to support his dream. Is to help him be who you are. You're waking up 5 a.m. is because of them. Is to prepare them for school. You're doing this, oh my God, you've never lived for yourself all through your adult life. Can you live for yourself first? Integrating the pain, understanding I was hurt, but I am not broken beyond repair. I was hurt, I was not broken beyond repair. My marriage is broken, I am not broken. My home may be broken, I am not broken. Coming from that place of understanding that I was hurt, it's okay. I made mistake, it's okay. I breathe in, but I am not a mistake. I am not broken beyond repair. And another thing I'm going to talk about is now, number 3 way, the third way for the rewiring model is to reauthoring yourself. What does that mean? Write a new identity. This is who I am. I am Kusin first. I am a bright man. I'm a daughter of the king. I am beyond this thing. So it is important that we have these things in place. Why? So that we love from a place of wholeness. There's a difference between dating again from a place of need and from a place of overflow. Dating from a place of need because you're looking for somebody to help you. Or dating from the place of overflow. Not because you're not dating because you want somebody to help you pay the children's bills. Not because you're needy. Not because of you're lonely. From an overflow. I know me. I am complete. And therefore, I am picking somebody that is complete along the way. You have to heal in order to attract healthy relationship. Else, you've missed it. So, if we don't get this in place, before preparing your heart to love again, you will lose yourself again. You will repeat the same cycles. You will miss red flags. You will settle for less. Dating from a broken place is dangerous. It's dangerous. You will repeat old cycle. You will meet the same man in a different body. You will miss red flags. You will settle for less. So what am I saying today? I'm saying welcome to a coaching session where I will work with you to rebuild, rewrite, reauthor your self-story so that you can choose the right person, so that you don't settle for less, and so that you make the most of getting the right person. As much as there's 67% chance of that marriage ending, but there is also still a 33% that their second marriages work, and I know a whole lot of them. And yours can do same. Your second marriage can work better. Let's work together. Let's rechange. Let's talk. Let both of us talk. Can we talk and pick points one by one? What are these trauma bonds? How do we break them? How do we announce? How do you know which one are you? What kind of attachment style are you? Those are the things I'm talking about. And those are the things I'm willing to work with you about. It is my desire that everyone on this call right now, your marriage is among the 33% of second marriages and second relationships that lead to marriages that will work. Because the Bible said, and God gave me this word, 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10. He said, after you have suffered a while, I will establish you, make you perfect, compensate you. But he won't compensate you from a place of brokenness. He won't make you perfect from the place of brokenness. So can we understand the triggers from our bearing from our teenage age, from the kind of relationship we've been having, so that let's understand the patterns and let's know where to break the pattern. Don't rush into another relationship. Don't rush, please. Can we now have a new image that will make you attracted to good men? Good men, they are better, that will treat you well, that will love you, that will spend on you, that will care for you, that will make time for you, that will give you attentiveness. I have experienced they are good men. Don't be the one that they will give everybody when you reach your turn. Don't be the one to come and build. Don't be attracted to potentials. Don't be attracted to projects. Am I saying it's wrong to build with a man? No, but that should not be the only kind of men that you're attracted to. So before you tell yourself you put your heart out there, can we fix some things? Can we put in patterns that we can just be attracting good people, good men, good people, right men, and see how things change for you? It is my greatest desire that as you work with me on the upgrade of this coaching program, that your life will change and you meet good men, and you too, you'll be a better person. You'll be the new identity for you, a powerful identity for you, and rewrite your story again. Thank you for having me on this call. Thank you for staying with me up to this time. Do have a great afternoon or great morning or great evening, no matter when you're watching this call. Thank you.